All right, how much does it cost? For you, 300 meat. For everyone else, 300 meat. All right, okay, I'm in. He takes the meat and stamps her hand, 300 meat. We've spent a lot of money here, man. Circus is very expensive. All right, the sideshow tent is fairly large and packed with the weird things to look at, like all good sideshows are. A few lanterns hanging from the ceiling, casting flickering shadows around, making everything look even eerier, or even more eerie, rather. A clown is hanging out in here, presumably to keep an eye on the exhibits. He grins and nods as you enter. Come on in. Take your time. Have a look around. Just remember, no touching. We got... Oh, God, no. I want to go back in. Okay. These shelves are displaying a large collection of strangely painted eggs. Have a closer look. You see several shelves full of white eggs, each one painted a unique pattern of colorful shapes. A small placard pinned to one of the shelves says clown eggs. In the circus community, it's traditional for each clown to paint their chosen makeup pattern onto an eggshell. These clown eggs are archived for future reference to ensure that no one chooses a pattern that's already been used. It is considered extremely taboo to wear another clown's face. These must be the eggs for the clown that worked in the circus. You recognize a few of them, the clown here in the sideshow tent, and the ticket seller of the clown out front. Inspect the eggs more closely. Hey, step back, no touching. Sorry, leave the shelf. All right. These shelves are filled with jars, and the jars are filled with things. You lean in a little closer to inspect the jars. Are mostly contain malformed or mutated animals pickled in formaldehyde. A 3-headed kitten, some kind of ferret or weasel with 8 legs, a twisted Mobius loop of snake without a head or tail. Crazy, weird, crazy stuff. On one shelf seems devoted to a huge, gross, pale grubs, like fat, featureless white worms inside of the size of a sweet potato. The one at the end is as large as the other, has shiny black eyes. Someone painted its face in apparently a parody of a clown makeup. Yuck. Take a closer look. The pasty white face has been painted with the blue triangles over the eyes, under the eyes. The creature has a long, thin slash of a mouth as well, and the area around it has been painted bright red lipstick. The black eyes flash red as the thing suddenly thrashes in its jar, spinning into face you, stretching its mouth open, revealing a row of yellow shark teeth. You stumble back with a cry of shock. Haha, got you pretty good there, missy. What is that? It ain't a real critter, it's just made of rubber and clay and doll parts and such. It's got an electromagnet under the shelf to move it with. He takes a little push of his push button gizmo out of his pocket to show you. Should have seen your face, you'd about jumped right out of your boots. Ugh. Alright. What is this thing? This guy is a startling sight even for a circus freak show. His entire head is one enormous eyeball. You look him over, he stares back at you. Not that he has much of a choice. Hello there, I'm Cat. Can you talk? Guess not. You move a little to the side and lean over the rope to get a closer look at the guy. He's basically what he seems to be at first glance, a guy with a giant eyeball for head. You do notice 2 things though. First, he has an odd lump at the, well, what you would call the base of his skull? If he had one, sort of a crumpled fleshy mass the size of a fist. With a squint and some imagination, it almost looks like a crushed, shriveled vestigial remains of a human head. Second thing you notice is his ankles are locked to the legs of the stool. His legs of the stool are bolted to the floor. So the circus gig, his hands slowly curl into fists and the knuckles turn white with tension. I see, or understand. I mean, do you blink? Or wink, I guess? I guess not. We'll see you around. Oh, we gotta try to free this guy, right? He doesn't want to be here. This man is neatly dressed, though his suit is a bit threadbare and out of fashion. He's smoking a pipe, leafing through a magazine. When you stop and look at him, he nods amicably. Well, hello there. Welcome to Sideshow. My name is Douglas. Hi, I'm Kat. Delighted to meet you. So, well, are you perhaps trying to think of a polite way to ask what's wrong with me? Yeah, you got me. Don't worry, Kat. I am in a sideshow after all. And it's an obvious, quite natural question. Wait a minute. You said the last without moving your lips. Are you a ventriloquist? Not at all. Allow me to demonstrate. He stands up, turns around. His back is the same as his front. That is, his suit has been tailored with 2 front sides. He has another face on the back of his head with hair cut and parted appropriately. Ta-da! He sits back down. His knees and joints crack and pop loudly as they reverse themselves. Douglas winces slightly, though certainly not as much as you'd expect. What in the... Surprising, yes? A bit, yeah. How's that even possible? Douglas shrugs, holds up a pipe to the now back of his head, so his other face can take a puff. Are you, what's the phrase, Siamese twins? Not exactly. It's difficult to describe, I'm afraid. 2 minds in one body with 2 faces? It would be closer to the truth to say 2 instances of the same mind. With, as you say, 2 faces. You're right. That doesn't make any sense at all. With the other face chuckles and Douglas holds a magazine behind his back. It took some getting used to. That much is quite certain. Were you born like this? I would rather not discuss how I came to be this way if you don't mind. No apology necessary. Why are you in a sideshow? I have a contract. Out of the corner of your eye, you spotted the clown making a gesture. You didn't catch what it was. Douglas clears his throat. Plus, well, it's quite the life, you know. Free room and board, travel the world, and you meet such interesting people. Is that the back of his head talking? Your knees must be a wreck. Surgery was necessary to permit them to bend in both directions. It sounds worse than it feels, I assure you. Talk to you later, Douglas. And there's a lady here with the head sticking out of a hole in a metal box. She nods politely at you. Hello there, we're joining the carnival. It's interesting. I'm sure it is. Can I ask you a question? Certainly. What's your name? I'm Janet, how are you? I'm Kat, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Kat. What are you in the box? That's a rather personal question, isn't it? Oh, sorry. I'm only teasing, dear. Would you like to see inside? I don't know if I do, but okay. We spent over 300. We got to get our money's worth out of this. Janet whistles to the signal to the clown. He moseys over. He unlocks the door in front of the box, throws it open, and theatrical flourish. Instead of Janet's body, you see a tangled, complicated assortment of glass tubes and pipes, ticking clockwork gears and pumps, liquids of various colors, mostly reddish, slosh through the tubes. A large bellows near the top inflates and begins to slowly deflate. What do you think? Some kind of trick, right? No trick. The clown chuckles and walks around the back of the box. He opens the hatch, waves at you through it, then saunters back by the shelves. It's amazing. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. It's certainly educational, I imagine. The large tank on the left is my stomach, if you'd like to see what I had for lunch today. Examine our workings. Yeah, sure. We watched of the various liquids slosh around in their tanks and pipes for a minute. Weird, gross, but indeed educational. Anatomical learning. You got a perk. Nice. We'll take a look at that in a second here. How did this happen? Were you in some kind of terrible accident? I'm sorry, I can't talk about that. Oh, people are not willing to talk about how they got the way they are. Interesting. Of course, sorry. It must be a painful memory. She calmly composes her face, creases in a very slight grimace as she shoots a sidelong glance at the clown. Yes. Good luck, Kat. Okay, so the clown here is... Oh, wow. The clown here is doing something to these folks here, right? Based on his attitude, uniquely combining the attentiveness and extreme boredom, you assume this clown's job is to keep an eye on the sideshow exhibits. Thanks, what's to see here? Well, down on the left we have a collection of spooky warped mirrors. Right here we have an exhibit of clown eggs and pickled punks. And further down the right is our freak show. Feel free to explore if you got any questions. I'll be here if you got any questions. I gotta ask a question. It's about these people. You mean the freaks? They aren't they a scream? The one with the grind elbow is my favorite. Quite nice, quiet fella. If you have any questions about the other two, feel free to ask them personally. I wouldn't want to be telling tales out of school. Since the eye guy can't talk, though, you can ask me about him if you want. What can you tell me about him? Not much, I'm afraid, to be honest. He joined us, about a year ago, or maybe less. Where did he come from? No idea. Weird, ain't it? You'd think a fellow looks like that, you would have read all about him in papers, right? Sure is mysterious. How'd he get like that? Couldn't tell you. I bet you've got a theory, at least. Well, maybe he saw something no human fella should ever see. Why is he locked to his chair? Ah, you noticed that, did you? Real shame, that is. Fella's a bit unpredictable. He's a violent spell once in a while. Gosh. Don't you worry none. I'll keep my eye on. I'm keeping my eye on him. Okay, bye. This appears one of the weirdly bent mirrors. You can look at yourself all crazy, as if there wasn't enough crazy looking stuff around here. Your reflection in the mirror is a short squash looking folded up like an accordion. You spend a moment moving back and forth in front of the mirror, see how the image changes. It's kind of amusing. This one makes your look thin and stretched out. Your limbs twist and writhe like snakes. You move around. It's a bit unsettling. Your muscles ache a little, sympathetically. And this one is, gosh, this mirror somehow shows you what you'd look like in clown makeup. Bloodshot eyes stare back at you from a pasty white face painted with an odd pattern of red triangles and the flickering lantern light. It almost looks like she winks at you. Brr. Okay. What are these things in jars? That's what we call pickled punks, a menagerie of strange, twisted creatures such as you've never seen before, like the like captured and preserved, and now on display for your entertainment and edification. That's how the boss says it. Are they real? As real as they come. All right. Fair enough. Okay, let's get out of here and go into the next area here, which was the actual show over here. He said it was starting later. Clown crosses arms, grunts as you approach. Okay, geez, let's just go on in. He says later. I wonder if we have to come back the following day here. There's a kid searching around with a sad look on his face. You okay, kid? You lose your parents? No, I lost my lucky bottle cap. Have you seen it? Have you seen it, ma'am? No, but I'll keep an eye out. What's it look like? It's a shiny steel with a little chain. All right, I'll know what you know if I see a bottle cap. Did we take a look and see what the balloon's all about? It's red. Okay, so nothing to do with that. I'm thinking we come back to this later, possibly. We've done all we can here for now, I think. Weren't you just on the other side of the midway? Oh, nope, that's the other balloon guy. We dress alike and use the same face paint. Did we fool you? He grins and gives an exaggerated big wink, I see. What are your traveling plans? Haven't decided yet. That's why we set down here somewhere a bit more rural. Keeps things lively and quiet while we scout around, get the lay of the land and all. Where'd you travel from? Was your previous stop interesting? North at westish? There was a little hole in the ground kind of place. You wouldn't have heard of it. Alright, see you around, clown. I guess I could ask them about why everyone working here is a clown, but, I mean, wouldn't that make sense? That they all would be? Alright, leave. Can we go back in freely? Okay, we can go back in freely, good. Because I think we're not done here. I'm thinking we need to come back later, possibly, after we, maybe sleep for a day. Sometimes things will be the following day. That once the guy said later, so I'm thinking we come back to this later. People said that if I tag the clown campsite, also I can get some new clown stuff going on. Was there anything else going on? Someone else said I should check the old mission, not the old millenary. A burly grizzled man in leather, well, everything, is busy peeling off the skin of a no longer recognizable animal. He looks up to you and growls, brandishing his skinning knife, as if to say, bother me and you'll be next. Bother me and you'll be next. Yeah, I got that. Show him your skinning knife. Ah, there we go. Trick him out of his pants. Ooh. I don't want to start. This is a knife fight here. You call that a knife? This is a knife. Don't be stupid. They're both. This is not a knife. This is. Of course they went there. Of course they did. Don't be stupid. They're both knives. You're a skinner too, eh? Well, not professionally or anything. It's a hobby, I guess. All right, come over here and watch close. I'll show you a couple tricks. Learn something. You don't really understand the tricks, but they result in getting some free skin, so you're happy. Vrisco viper skin and extra thick leather. Cool. So we're going to the rescue mission. I want to go to the old mission here quick, and let's take a look here quick. This is extra thick leather. It's +3 to all stats. Oh, that's nice. That is real nice. Can we put that on a hat that we have not used yet? Let's take a look here quick and see what we have. We have a gas mask, which is negative moxie, 6 + 6 mysticality, muscle, cavalry. Already got a band on that one. Fake Pope hat, armor and moxie. And if we put the thing on it, it's +3 to all stats. Now, it's not quite as good as the one we have, though, the sloppy top hat. So we're going to leave it for now until we get a better thing. Meanwhile, let's go back out and go back to the old mission. Someone said I didn't explore everything here. Someone's left a bundle of dynamite on the ground. You approach it cautiously, verifying it's neither a wire to a detonator nor connected to an actively sparking fuse. I think we just take the dynamite. 4 dynamite. Awesome. I was just thinking we need more dynamite. All right, so have we done everything here yet? Let's make sure. I don't think there's anything left to investigate here. Skull you recovered. No mention of sister. Okay. Yep, that was done. There's those skulls there, which we couldn't handle last time. The skull's whispering at you. That doesn't seem right. It sounded like gibberish, but that really creepy gibberish. Pile of skulls have been cemented together for some reason. Pick apart. Yeah. At the center of the piles, do you unearth an unskull? A shiny black stone. It's making more noise than stones usually do. Creepy whispering stone. Weird. Can we take it over here? What's a creepy whispering stone do for us? Well, let's listen to it. This rock is really whispering up a storm. It's in some weird dialect you can barely understand, though. Wait, it's just a thick accent is all. Listen more closely. Alice cocks an eyebrow. Are you sure you want to listen to this thing? No, Alice, I don't. I don't want to piss off Alice. I really don't want to piss off Alice. If we see it starting to get some necromancy stuff, she's not going to be happy with us. So that is that. Now, have we done everything here? I think we have. Oh, here we go. Some trash. Clove, cheroot butts, stubs of black eyeliner pencils, and the kind of thing necromancers call this are real litter bugs. It's strange. How did they get here? Investigate. You got a burned scroll. Okay. Burned scroll. This scroll's mostly been burned beyond legibility, but you can barely make out something about hell cow energy in between the scorch marks. Examine it. The scroll's in bad shape, but you can't really make out anything new, but you're convinced this must be another clue to whereabouts of necromancers. You stick it in the scroll in the journal. Check that out. Okay, necromantic journal. The robe receipt you found leads you to the necromancer's lair west of the mountains. Leyline diagram. You'll need someone to help you interpret it. Cryptic note about hell cow energy. The necromancer's lair must be somewhere near a powerful source of it, though you don't know where a source of it is. All right, cool. That's good to know. Thank you guys for pointing that out, that I missed that one. And I'm not sure. I think I read everything else here. Yeah, I have. Okay, let's get back out here now. But that was worth the trip for sure. Do we want to try to finally take out these skulls here? Last time these guys messed us up pretty good. I don't know if we can still handle it. Can we get some leveling up at all? Let's see. Moxie plus 5 right now. We have 89 points to spend. I would like to get the snake whip upgraded one more time. So we'll hold off for that. Oh, we've also got those perks. Let's take a look here quick. We got astronomical learning, anatomical learning, melee attack damage plus 3. Silver tongues plus 3 moxie, mostly scabs X HP. Hopefully we can get more perks than just what we have right now. We'll see. All right, let's keep moving on then. We'll go on to the next area here. Let's take a look around where we want to go next. I think we'll go to... Let's head over to Reboot Hill. That's where Alice said we should check out some necromantic activity. Off the side of the trail, you spy a young cowboy staring sourly at his reflection in a puddle, trying to get his hat cocked at the maximally jaunty angle. Give him some advice. I got some advice for you on that jaunty angle. You walk up behind him and definitely flick his hat into place. His dour expression becomes a smile, but by the time he turns around to thank you, you've ridden off into the sunset. 40 XP. Oh man, it's nice free XP. Love it. Oh man, this is quite the place. All right, let's look around and see if any trace of the necromancer. I'll cover your backs. All right, so we got Reboot Hill. Don't worry, it's just paint. Let's take a look down here, see if there's anything worthwhile. It's a long path. Nothing. Okay, all that way for nothing. Oh, strange. There's a keyhole in the trunk of this tree. Oh, hello. Well, it's not nothing down here then, is it? We need to find a key for this this tree. That is the real trick then. Let's get in here then. All right, we got some ghosts. We got plot 1. Can't really read anything on those. You see a ghost of an elderly woman holding flowers. She seems lost and depressed, above and beyond what's expected for a ghost. Howdy, ma'am. Is there something I can help you with? Oh, it's awful. I can't remember it all. Let's start at the beginning, okay? Well, you see, I had 4 daughters. They married 4 brothers, the Smith boys. And after that, they each had 5 daughters of their own. Unfortunately, I outlived every one of the 24 of them. You know you're a ghost, right? Oh, yes. In fact, I died here in this graveyard where they're all buried. I came to visit them. I suppose my old heart finally gave out. Not a problem, though. 95 years is a pretty good run, after all. So what did you forget? I brought this bouquet of flowers to my favorite granddaughter's grave, but I can't remember which of them is my favorite. I'm so ashamed I can't bear to leave them until I've remembered. Well, I see. Well, maybe I can help you figure it out? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that ever so much. No problem, ma'am. Okay, can you remember anything about your granddaughter? Her first name ended in a vowel. Okay, this is one of those logic puzzles things. So ended in a vowel. Anything else? I was 40 when she was born. Oh no, 37, or was it 42? So 37 to 42 when she was born. And she lived to say she was 95, age 95. Which means we'll have to take a look and find out what that means. We'll have to interpret that later. Anything else? Her first name was longer than her last, just like mine. First longer than last. Okay. Anything else? I remember she wasn't buried next to any of my daughters. That she wasn't buried next to any of my daughters. Okay, so not next to any daughters. Anything else? She sniffles a little. She passed at the same age as poor old Becky, who was always in such ill health. And age as Becky. So we know it's not Becky, basically. Anything else? She starts to sob. She knit me a lovely sweater for Crimbo just the year before she died. That's all I can remember. Knitting. Okay, so she was into knitting. Guess I should have... Okay, then. Hang on, let me think for a moment. I'll be back in a minute. Let's look around and see. Okay, all right, dearie, I'll be right here. Maybe we should have tried to figure it out before we made her go through all the painful memories here. Oh my god, okay, so there's a lot. Elusive Pat Grave, we got Farrah Smith. Okay, so this is gonna be tough. It says most of these have long first names, short last names. But her first name is longer than her last name, right? Most of them are like that, right? Yeah, most of them seem to be. Just a few aren't. So that doesn't remove a lot of folks. Okay, so we gotta start looking at ages then. Oh god, this is gonna be a lot of math. Alright, first of all, dig it up. You uncover a coffin that was apparently delivered by mail, but it still has the address printed on it. Either that or this was a joke about somebody going to the Hellstorm Ranch after they die. You discover a new lamp location, the Hellstorm Ranch. Okay. So, we have a situation here. We don't know when she died, right? I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so... Oh, there's more over here, too. Wise old Jed Marmot. This time the bar ate him. Grave was reasonably soft. Okay, let's take a look here quick. Marmot skin hat. Marmot skin cap. Pistol damage plus attack plus 7. That's kind of good. All right, we'll hold off on that one. That might be nice to have. Billy Spider. Peggy Immortal. Kind of ironic. Bob Hurlingham. Seems reasonably soft. Tripe Pie. Biff Bunkerston. Sidney Crandallsworth. He's sort of like a Benjamin Button kind of thing. Annette Centabomb. Tried to eat her way out of a bear. Clean Willie Hinks. Buck Gensley. Nobody ever saw a man die that way before. And there's a whole gang buried here. Oh, God. All right, let's do this. Let's do this, Alice. We got the jump on him this time. Okay, so we have a lot of strong enemies here. So let's get, first of all, let's see what we can take out with our firing here. He's got 98. We can do a total 84 damage to this guy here. This guy we can't hit. He's got 92. This guy's got 92. We can't really fire through anybody because this fires 3 shots, but eventually this guy will soak up all 3 of them. Let's start with him. And we'll hit him up with that. So, hit him with that. Alright, not dead. But we can saw down this guy here who seems to be the most difficult one. Got a gun. How he's got to be the tough one here. Now, it's possible these guys will just knock us out immediately. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's that. Alright, so we can't get through them. We got angry. We can't really take these guys on until much, much later. Let's take a look and see what our moxie and everything like that is right now. Our XP is 129. Fan hair will cost us 300. It does 5 damage for each subsequent attack. Shoot your target 3 times. Otherwise, the snake whip is also very cool. 15 bonus to animals. That's not a bad thing to have for fighting animals. Deadeye will increase our pistol damage. Could afford that. Otherwise, we just boost our moxie by a lot. Muscle increase our how much damage you do with melee. Mysticality is that. Grit is how much HP we have. And pain tolerance. Gumption is our speed and maximum AP. And glamour is our meat gains and liver capacity. Grit will certainly help our survivability though. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put a couple points into this right away here. I don't want to do too much though. And we don't really have any ways of raising our grit at all, as far as I've seen so far. All right, we'll leave it at that. So it says it wasn't buried. The daughter wasn't buried by any of their. So it's got to be Rebecca Smith, right? She lived to be 37 to 42. Oh no, wait, hold on. Rebecca Smith is this? This is Rebecca Smith. I'll be back in a minute. So this is Rebecca Smith. Here. So she lived to be 95. She was born 1800. Okay, so 1800. If so we know it was between 37 and 42. Ends in a vowel. Okay, that might eliminate some of them. Back in a minute. Let's take a look here quick and see. So ends in a vowel might be a good trick here. So Farah, no. Melissa, no. Oh, Melissa is a yes. 42 to 1880. Now, oh boy, I didn't write down. I wrote down 37 to 42. I don't know if it was. Oh god, now I can't remember if it was when she died or if that was how long they lived. Let's take a look and see if we can get through that note again here quick. It will make a big difference. Her first name ended in a vowel. Anything else? I remember I was 40 when she was born. Or no, 37. So she was 40. So 1837 to 1842 is the birth year. Birth year is, so 1837 to 1842 is the birth year. Okay, that will help narrow it down a ton. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Leave. All right, so let's take a look here quick. So first of all, Melissa, 1842 is the end. So it's a possibility it's Melissa Smith here. Melissa Smith fits that she's not buried to any daughters, next to any daughters. So that doesn't seem quite right. There was people that were not Smith last name, right? Or are they all Smith? Yeah, they're all daughters. Oh, but we need to know. So we have to find the favorite granddaughter. So we know that the granddaughter was born between 37 and 42. The daughter is the question here. We don't know which ones are the daughters. Oh boy, this is tough. Okay, so same age as Becky. We'll have to keep that in mind too. That might be a clue. Knitting. What does knitting come in? Well, first of all, it says same age as Becky. First Becky Smith. 1837 to 1875. First Becky Smith. Penultimate Becky Smith. So 16 years is little Becky Smith. Pamela Smith is also 16 years. I am thinking it might be Pamela Smith here. The same age as Becky, who's always in such poor health. Becky here, little Becky Smith, lived to be only 16, same as Pamela. She's born in 41, which would have been the same, in the right range. I might have to say it's Pamela. I think that the Beckys were the daughters, possibly. Little Becky might be the granddaughter. Oh god, it's tough. All right, I'm gonna go with, I think I know she was. Did her name start with a P? Yeah. Or else hopefully, was it a Eyes wide, and was it a Pamela? Grace falls and she starts to cry. No, it wasn't her. Oh, I'll never remember. I'm sorry. Thank you for trying. Please leave me alone with my grief. We try again later. I can't try again right now. Too despondent to speak to you right now. Maybe she'll get over by tomorrow. Okay, so I have to sleep this off if I want to get this one figured out. Well, I think I can figure this one out. Don't spoil it too much in the comments section if you don't mind. I'd like to think this one through, but I think I'm on the right track. But why isn't it Pamela is the question?